Hey YouTube, winter's on the way, and that means we got to get the snow blowers ready and all that good stuff. Thanks for tuning in, by the way, to another Simple Thoughts video. I don't have a new Simple Thoughts idea for you today, but I do have my old solar heat panel, and I have some numbers for you, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Yeah, I know, I've got some facial hair. I'm just trying to get ready for winter. Now I want to say a special hi to Jim Falbo in Illinois. Thanks again for putting the chart together for me and getting all those numbers put together. Unfortunately, despite our efforts, I have misplaced the email, I misplaced the chart. I know I printed that thing off twice and I don't know where I've put it, so I'm going to have to show you guys the raw numbers. I'm no good with math, so you have to figure out the calculations from there. But I do have some pretty good looking numbers for you. So thanks for all your questions, guys. For those who were wanting to know how I was pulling my heat through my solar heater, this is that register booster that I was talking about. It's a 6-inch, allows for a 6-inch duct work basically, and that's what I'm pushing. You know, I've got my 6-inch hole in my bottom header and 6-inch in the top header, and so when this is thermostatically controlled, and when the sun comes out, it heats the panel up and automatically kicks that booster on, and it just starts pulling that air right through and blowing it into the house. Now I picked mine up at Menards, and this is the box that it comes in. See, it's a Suncourt Equalizer EQ Register Booster. That's what it looks like. I think it runs about $30-something, something like that. So I tell you what, it's been real handy, and it works all by itself. You just plug it in and let it go, and anytime the sun's out, it just kicks on and pulls your heat in for you. So cheap, efficient, and very easy. Okay, here we go. Now remember, my particular solar heater is made up of 255 pop and beer cans, and it's covered with glass. So the temperature difference may be a little bit different for people who are using acrylic or anything like that, but to the best of my understanding, I have a friend who is in the heating and cooling business, and we are under the impression that my solar heat panel is putting out well over 10,000 BTUs. So I don't know how he came about that calculation, but that's what he came up with. And here's the numbers that we came up with here. So I'll try to get this as close as I can so you can see what's going on here. This is the outside temperature on November 17th. It was 39 degrees outside. And inside, my solar heaters were putting out, or my solar heater was putting out 63 degrees. And so it goes on down the chart, as you can tell there. You can kind of see the numbers for yourself. This is 1119, 1120, and so on and so forth. And this is the actual measurement of the exhaust temperatures. See, and this is going clear over to December 30th is where I ended up stopping my measurements. Here is the time that the measurements were taken. This was a listing of the weather. So these were days that it was full sun. These were days when it was partly sunny, so you can see here. These are days where it was, you know, windy, partly sunny and windy, and no wind here. So some of these numbers I look at. Here's one in particular right here. On the 29th of December, it was putting out 157 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think that's the highest one. The lowest was here 84.2. And that measurement, the 157 was taken at 2:30, and this one was even taken later. So you can tell as the sun actually gets lower in the wintertime, you can see the gradual increase in the exhaust temperature. The averages start to go up. So that's kind of an interesting perspective. Now here's where the real numbers came together for me, and that was in my utility bills. What I noticed from July of 07 to July of 08, my Mid-American utility bill, which is gas and electric put together, it was a little over $1,157. That's accumulative for the entire year. Now that was before I installed my solar panel, the solar heat panel, the one panel. From July of 08 to July of 09, this was after I installed the panel, my Mid-American heating and electricity bill was just over $785. So from $1,157 down to $785 in 1 year. That panel paid for itself really fast. So I was pretty tickled about that. So my next question is, what's better than a solar heat panel that gives you those kind of numbers, puts out that kind of heat, and all for free? 2. So, needless to say, I'm really looking forward to next year's Mid-American bill, find out how much lower those utilities are going to be. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for sharing your ideas. And remember, keep thinking outside of the box. And again, thanks a lot, Jim in Illinois, for helping me out. It was a lot of fun, and I hope that your class picks up the idea, and I hope you go for it. I want to encourage everybody out there, if you've got a house, if you've got a place where you can build one of these panels, man, I'm sold on it. I'm sold on it. They work well for me. So good luck, guys. We'll see you next time.